with Uncle Bernie.
Bernie? Bernie, what are you doing?
Uncle Bernie.
This isn't
Bernie,
your
come on.
show.
You think because you can break the internet with your memes that you can come
Bernie.
here to the cult show? Bernie.
Oh, Bernie.
Bernie in those mittens. I love it. God, I can't get it. I cannot get enough. I cannot get enough of the Bernie memes. I send them to Caleb and Neil at all hours of the day and night. Like, look at this, Bernie. Look at this, Bernie send.
They're constant. I can hear my phone downstairs. Ding, ding, 3 a.m. Ding.
But you're not upset
Bernies.
about it. But you're not mad about it.
No, I'm not mad about it. It's good. Thank you. Thank you for keeping me up to date.
Well, I just keep thinking like, oh, all right, it's done. They can't possibly find any more positions to put him in, and and like, oh yes, they can.
Album covers, films,
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
pieces of art. Oh, it's brilliant.
It is. It's fun. It's fun.
It is fun.
It's awesome to see how people can be very creative. So
Yeah.
for sure. But anyway, we are though at the Cult Show. We are a group of creatives, if you will. So
Very
what
creative.
we're creating, we don't know. But
And
we're trying to create something.
creative question mark.
We create.
Yeah.
We are content creators.
There you go. Anyway, yes. Welcome everyone. It's another Friday night. We are together apart. Thank you to the wonderful pandemic, which rages on.
It makes me frown. I don't like it.
Boo.
Dislike.
know,
Dislike.
I'm getting quite tired, in fact, I might say, of this pandemic.
Yeah, little fatigued.
So anyway, we're here together. Fun things have happened this week, which perhaps we'll talk about momentarily. But before
Sure.
we get there, should we see what we're drinking?
Yes. I'll kick us off. Oh, where's
Kick
my
us off.
beverage? Where's my tasty beverage? So I'm back to the as above, so below cup. It's clean again, and I can fully access all the parts of my kitchen and dining room and living room, so I could make it to this beautiful glass. So I am having some delicious, it's like ASMR, some delicious mint iced tea. And I did the muddling this week. I went out to my garden and I picked some of my different varieties of mint and I muddled them up in there.
Wow.
Oh,
That's pretty fancy.
I know. And we didn't even
You
make
and
fun
your-
of you for muddling,
You and your
I
fresh
will-
like you
mint.
do to us.
Well, it's because like I never have things to muddle, and I did this time.
Oh, so it was a jealous making fun of us.
Yeah, I was like, "Where's
You're
my
feeling
I
left
didn't have
out.
I didn't have a fancy muddling stick like you all did. Not till today.
Muddling stick.
Muddling stick? Oh, I just call it a
Yeah.
smasher.
Didn't have that. Didn't have that either. But anyway,
I done whittled my muddling stick out of an oak out in the back.
it smells super refreshing, you guys.
I bet.
Awesome.
I love mint. Mint
Yeah.
is good. Mint is delicious.
Mint.
I am doing a bourbon and ginger in my Darth Vader tiki glass that Michael B got me for Christmas.
So good. Cheers.
Awesome. And then finally, there's this beverage. Perhaps you guys have heard of it. It's called bourbon. It's really good.
What?
Bourbon. Okay, yeah.
So I take the bourbon and I put
Sure.
in a little bit of the Angostura bitter, and then some fresh orange juice, and then a little bit of vanilla syrup.
Ooh,
So,
I
yes.
I thought when you said Angostino bitters, I was thinking of a Longostino, which isn't that
No.
that a lobster?
Yeah, that's like a little lobstery thing. Nope.
And I
No.
was like, he's in there? He's like, in this bourbon bath.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
you know what? I might try that next.
Marinating.
Thank you for the idea.
Yeah, just let him do little laps around.
It'll be
Sandra was
like
about to stage a freaking rescue over to our house.
Swim to
There you
me.
go.
Yes.
That'll be my garnish on my next Bloody Mary. Is a little lobster garnish, a little lobster tail sticking out of the glass.
Oh my God. It'd be like, it's okay. He's alive. He's alive in there.
Yeah, I
He's
probably
drinking.
wouldn't be alive.
Isn't that a dish, an Asian dish, a drunken lobster? Isn't that an actual or some kind of food?
Probably.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've had drunken noodles before, but
Drunken
Same.
noodles.
it's probably
Okay.
yeah.
It's probably, you can get lobster in that.
Sure.
Put a lobster in it. Just put a lobster in
I'm
it.
Just
sure
put
of
a
it.
lobster in it.
Put a bird on it.
Put a bird
my
on it. I was
Cheers.
just gonna say Portlandia
Yeah.
puts a bird on it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Bernie.
Cheers, Bernie.
Yeah, and cheers to all of you out there in chat.
Cheers. There you go.
And everybody out there watching us. I always
What?
feel like somebody's watching me.
Let's see who's watching while we're at it. Nice segue. Speaking of somebody's watching me, we got Hungry Boy.
Hey,
Hungry
Hungry.
Boy.
Hi.
Michael, our dear friend Michael, is with us.
Hey, buddy.
Laura and Mindy, of course, who tonight are going to be our panic pair. They're going to be our panic pair tonight.
Oh, I kind of like it.
So, Laura and Mindy. Mindy, thanks for showing up. I know that you were angered with us yesterday in our Instagram, but you know it's okay. We still love each other.
Bad.
Even though we might.
Bad.
Mark Visions Truth. Mark from East Washington. Welcome back, buddy. Oh,
Who wrote Lobster Juice? Puke.
yeah. Producer Scott's with us, everyone. Don't forget to say hi to producer Scott.
Hey.
Hey now.
I
Hey
like
now.
that guy.
Okay, I'm going down. Looking down. Who wants my Lewis? I know I saw Lewis, right?
Yeah, Lewis is here.
Lewis is totally
Lewis,
here.
buddy. Good to see you, my friend.
Missed
what
you.
about? I don't see a other Mark. Do you see another Mark yet?
We have so many Marks.
No,
I
I've
know,
not
no
seen
Pismo?
I haven't seen
Okay.
Pisno Mark. No.
And no Todd. All right.
And no Todd.
Hopefully Todd shows up because I have a story about something that happened in his area I was going to tell. But if he doesn't
What?
show, it's not quite as
Hold on.
you know.
Let me get him on. Let me get him on the
topical.
horn. Get him on the horn here.
Get him on the bat signal, will you? Okay. Moving on. Moving on. Moving on. What happened? What happened today? What happened this week that anyone wants to talk about?
Like things we watched.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
what's that
Hear
going on in the
myself.
background?
That was
I know, we can hear
eerie.
ourselves. Okay.
Well, I'll just keep talking over it. How's that?
Yeah, that's good.
I didn't watch a whole lot of stuff. I watched some election-y things. I watched like all that stuff. I always like to watch a good inauguration go down, and this one was history making. And I love Lady Gaga, so it was amazing to see her singing. And then watched the films we're going to talk about today because I hadn't seen either of those before. I watched Revenge from 2017. It's a like French Australian film. It was a Shudder exclusive, and it was on a lot of people's best of 2017. It is a very sorry, forgive me for the word, but it is a rape revenge film. So I just I wanted to watch it, but you got to be in the mood for that, you know, to
Gotta
see
be
somebody
ready.
being sexually assaulted, and you do in this film. But by the name of the film, you know you're gonna get some nice payoff. It is incredibly gory, bloody, awesome. I highly recommend watching this film. When you have the spoons, watch it. And then my good friend Neil, he texted me. And you said, have you heard of 30 Coins? And I was like, I'm gonna Google it right now. And I Googled it and I'm like, well, that sounds amazing. That sounds like everything I like. And he's like, you gotta watch it. And I happened to be free, so I put it on. It's an HBO. It's an HBO like Europa like joint.
Yes.
It's a Spanish production. Oh my God, loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. If you love nice biblical lore horror.
Yeah. How many have you watched? How many?
Just the first, because I had to watch all this other stuff.
No, I know. Okay. Well, it's crazy things. It gets so much better. It gets way more biblical like to a point where I'm like, I don't understand what's going on.
I have to
Like,
Google. There's so
saying?
much Bible coming at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like tons of Bible stuff happening, and it gets it's really good, guys. Yeah, 30 coins.
And it's just it's European and Spanish and stylized, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful TV show.
Yeah, but it's cool. It's good. And it's creepy. It's everything that you want. everything you want in the show.
So thank you, Twinsy.
Cheers. I'm glad you like it. So get HBO. It's on HBO Max or Plus, or whatever the hell it's called.
Whatever the fuck it is. Yeah.
AT&T douche, whatever it's called. So, but
calm down, sir. This is a McDonald's parking lot. You need to calm down. What else you got?
Caleb.
I watched season 1 of Cobra Kai.
Oh yes.
It's great. I mean, it's silly at times. It seems kind of formulaic at times, but I mean, just from a nostalgia point and the callbacks they do to the original movies, it's a lot of fun. Episodes are really short, so you can watch it as fast or as slow as you want to, and but I really enjoyed that. I finally watched Gretel and Hansel. I do not know why that movie is like rated so low.
People are sleeping on it, man.
I don't know. But I mean, even people that like watched it are like going like, I mean, I don't get it. I thought it was wonderful.
So good.
I really enjoyed it.
So good.
Very, very well made, well acted.
Beautiful
movie. And then finally, I watched Come to Daddy.
Yay! Finally,
which now makes like you watched it the first week, then Neil. Now it's my turn. So, and I thought it was wonderful. Sorry, let me take this back. About 20 minutes into it, where you're still kind of like, what's going on? I almost turned it off.
What?
I almost turned it off because I was just like, what's happening? What's going on? And then it gets to the big reveal that I'm not going to give away. And then from that point on, I'm all in. I'm great. I was texting you guys at one point.
Oh my God, it's so good.
It's a lot of fun.
It's so good.
It's a lot of fun. But give it a minute. You got to work up to. You got to work through some of the odd stuff that happens.
As I told you guys, I love that these dudes make weird movies for people, and they're just obviously have so much fun making their weird movies. I love the funny building of tension. Interesting that you had a little bit of a struggle at the beginning, because I loved it. I loved the building of like, what is happening? Where is this going? And establishing some things about certain characters that was obviously going to come back to haunt us later. That was great. And have not watched Cobra Kai. I probably won't, to be honest, but I know people like really love it. People love it. So yeah.
I really like Cobra Kai. I'll be honest. So I just finished the latest season like 2 days ago.
Oh wow.
And the weird thing is I am not a fan of the Karate Kid movies. Per se. I mean, like I've seen the first one. I don't even know if I've seen anything after the first one.
Same.
But I've probably seen the second one because I know that he goes to Japan and the bad guy, all that crap.
Okinawa.
But yes, Okinawa. But is that not in Japan?
It is.
But okay. But like Caleb says, it's nostalgia, man. And for me, like there's a bunch of there's William Zabka, who you guys know that I love. One of my favorite bad guys, William Zabka.
Just when he's a bad guy, though. Just when he's a bad guy.
Yeah, well, I have more of an affinity for him now. It's just
it's just a joke.
So,
just a joke. Yeah.
But slight man crush probably on William Zabka because
totally fine.
Anyway, and then Ralph Macchio. You imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger, Macchio. You can probably say it really well. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's good.
So you get when you get Zabka and Macchio together, it's like, I don't know, it's like magic having those two back together when they're older. I don't know. For me, it just makes me smile. All the stuff with the kids and everything like Caleb was saying, that's, you know, it's very formulaic and it's blah. But anyway,
no, they do
I like it.
they do things in TV shows to, like, you know, create tension and, you know,
Yes.
cause drama, and, you know, and if those sort of things bother you, then you won't like this show. But if you're okay with it, give it a shot. It's a lot of fun. So
Fun for the whole family.
hell of a ride.
What about you, Neil? What did you watch?
Yeah, so I watched these. Well, I mean, Postman took me about 3 days to watch. I mean, it's a pretty long movie.
It took me 2
so-
days. It's a long movie.
But and then the other one,
It's 3 hours.
and then I stopped banging my head against a wall for a while after watching Postman. So, but no, and then and 30 Coins, that I watched the other 2 episodes of 30 Coins. That was about it.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, there you go. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I watched a lot of the election. Not the election. Excuse me, the inauguration. So how about kind of cool? Like 3 new words that we're gonna say that have never been said before. You know, Madam Vice President.
I love
I mean,
those
it's kind of
words.
cool when you think about it. I mean, I thought
music
it was
to my ears.
Yeah, no, it was. It was actually, I mean, pretty moving when Kamala was sworn in. You know, it was actually kind of a cool thing to see.
Yeah.
It was, you know, we're not a political show, obviously, but when events happen, you know, one of us might want to talk about it. And real quick, I was just very happy with the inauguration. I was very happy to get a presidential goddamn speech out of the actual president of our country.
I know,
So-
what a concept, right?
Yeah, I was just like,
yeah.
It was like
Well,
I was just watching, like, hey, is someone baking brownies? What's going on? It's so sweet.
This feels nice and pure. You don't have to apologize, Neil. You do not have to apologize. This is our show. We can actually talk about whatever the fuck we want to. So
You're right. And I know we have some in our there's some who are our listeners, probably our podcasters for sure in our chat, who did not vote for the current administration, and so I'm not trying to, you know, make them feel you know, bad in any way, or like they have to go bye-bye, you know. That's all.
Okay.
But I'm just giving them
okay.
my heartfelt feelings.
It's okay.
And
Plus-
for me,
Thank
it was all about the Foo Fighters. So
It's all about Foo Fighters. Some people get Foo Fighters.
I watched the Foo Fighters and then I was gone. So
Some people get Foo Fighters and Tom Hanks at their inauguration. Some people get those things. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Not to mention, just as I'm saying this from my girls over at Faculty of Horror did an episode about this recently. Talking about horror movies is political. It is. Horror is political. And talking about films in general is political. So it's going to come up because these things get stirred up. So don't apologize. It is what it is.
All right. Thank you. All right. And then that, otherwise, you know, I'm sorry, real quick. I just want to bring up again, Hungry Boy. Again,
Yes.
the
You know him, you love him.
illustrious Hungry Boy, who is currently in our chat. You guys, if you haven't checked out his YouTube yet, please go do so. He does some really fun things on there that are hysterical. He's got a little jingle he made for us. I just love that. I want to have it be like a ringtone or something, but I need his permission, and he'll probably charge me way too much for the licensing. But it's still pretty good.
We're but poor folk. We should we link his channel? Can we do that? Can we link it down below?
We could do that. We actually could do that in the
okay, good.
Right, in the comments below. Absolutely. But if any else, by the way, if anyone else on here has a YouTube channel where they're doing stuff, let us know that. We just don't know. We would happily.
We don't know about your YouTube channel. We don't know about your podcast. We don't know about your Tumblr blog. What are you doing out there?
We don't know if you're Ralph Macchio. We don't know what's
Are you
going
Ralph
on,
Macchio?
All right. That takes us to this week in entertainment history.
Yay.
Yay. Sandra.
Trumpets,
yay.
fanfare.
All right. Let's see.
Pull up your notes, Neil.
Okay. Hey, did you guys know that on January 20th, which was Wednesday in 1949, that it was the first inaugural parade televised, and it was for Harry Truman, estimated to be watched by 10 million people. So it was the first one to be televised.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Did you know that I can recite all the presidents of the United States in order?
I did not know that.
Did you
really?
know that I can't in not in order or period?
That's real impressive, Caleb, but I think my thing's better. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Is it though?
What else you got?
I want to hear that sometime, Sandra. We'll have to do that on the show.
I will. Yes.
Okay. Also on January 20th, in 1978, Columbia Pictures paid $9.8 million for the rights of Annie from the stage play in order to do the Annie movie.
What year was that?
Wow.
1978.
How much is that in today's money?
I don't know, but it's probably a lot. Yeah. So
Is that a lot? Is that a lot of money?
I think so.
Is that
thank
inflation?
God, man. I don't know, but you guys, I've watched the movie maybe a couple hundred times in my life, so I've seen it enough times.
I just want to watch the parts with Bernadette Peters and Tim Curry. I don't really and Carol Burnett. I don't need to see any of the children.
So that was 79 they did that, and then the movie came out in 80. When did that come out? 81?
Probably 81,
83,
82, 80, yeah, somewhere in there, yeah.
I should have looked it up, but
that's all right. Don't worry about it.
All
Don't
right.
worry about it.
I was just curious. I was nerding out
Hey,
for a
Scott,
second.
if you ever feel the need to sing Andy, Scott, turn your mic on and go for it. So you
Producer Scott doesn't like Annie.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I will not be besmirched in this way.
Does that mean you do like Annie?
Oliver Warbucks is my favorite role I ever played.
Oh wow!
Twice.
You even have the
Two
hair for it
times
now.
2 times, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I think I did
Twice.
probably
He was once,
60 performances in total.
2 times of Warbucks.
Three times a Daddy Warbucks.
So many. There was 9
That's
curtain
awesome.
calls.
I bet. Wow.
I'm sorry,
right,
Producer Scott. I'm
video.
having a little fun. Maybe you can sing a little another time.
Empty belly live. Rotten smelly live. Okay. January 20th. Yet again, in 1968 was the day Sharon Tate and Roman Polanski were married.
Oh.
1968. Yeah. On January 20th.
Wow, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah. Sandra, this one's for you.
Go on.
January 20th, 1970, Skeet Ulrich was born. Your boy
Skeet down. Skeet. Yeah.
Oh, Skeet.
Oh, Skeet.
January 22nd, which is today's date, in 1959. So today's birthday, Linda Blair. Linda Blair's
That's
birthday.
right. Yes. Happy
Yes.
birthday,
Very
girl.
cool.
Love you.
Reagan herself. All right.
Love.
Also, on this day in 2008, Heath Ledger is the day he passed away. January 22nd,
Wow.
2008.
Oh, it hurts.
God, that long
It
ago.
does.
Damn.
Hurts.
I know. Seriously. Yep.
Love him.
And then finally, on this day in 2005 was the day that Donald Trump and Melania Trump were married.
They were married.
It is their anniversary today. That's right.
So great. We should send them like a basket of fruit or something.
Yes. On
Does
this day,
anybody have the address to Mar-a-Lago? Where we could send them an edible arrangement. Do you want an edible arrangement?
we should do that. Yes, it's somewhere. It's somewhere in Florida, right? Can you just put Florida, Mar-a-Lago, Florida?
You just write Donald Trump on it.
Send you.
Just stick it in the mail and see what happens.
We'll see what happens. We're gonna send like an edible arrangement ourselves in the mail, and I'm gonna have them do it. She's gonna be stuffed into a manila envelope with all this chocolate covered fruit. Like, do you have any liquids? Nope. None in that bag.
None. He's probably getting all kinds of crap sent to him right now.
Oh, I can't
over
even
there.
imagine what presidents get. Dear God.
Oh,
Horrifying.
man. I wonder if he's like, never mind. I was about to make a bad. He walked up to her and grabbed her in the you know what, and currently his fingers are currently stuck. So
It's it's an
Anyway.
ancient courting ritual. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Apparently, that's what you do. That's what he does,
Apparently.
at least.
Hey, Mindy says it's her dad's birthday. So happy birthday to Mindy's
happy
dad.
birthday,
Birthday,
Mindy's
Mr.
dad.
Mindy Dad.
Happy birthday. Yeah, so that's all I had for this week in entertainment history. And then finally we have two. If I can read my own writing, three. Count them, 3 new subscribers.
Not 1, not 2, but 3.
Three heads are better than one.
Or 3, as they say in Germany. According to Inglourious Basterds.
Inglourious Basterds.
Right. So yeah, we do not know. They were all private accounts, so I'm assuming it's my mother and maybe some people from chat who are opening up phantom email addresses and signing up for us. Thanks, guys. That's fine.
I love it.
We'll take
Do it. And you know what? You can stay private. That's okay.
Yeah.
You stay private.
More importantly, though, we are now only 4 away from being 700 away from meeting our goal of 1,000 subscribers.
We're so close.
We're
for
like
for just 10 cents a day.
Man, we are almost there.
We are getting there.
Moving up.
Oh, let's go, Machio. Okay.
Get to the chopper, Machio.
That's all I got, Sandra. Can you
That's
set
it.
us off?
We're done.
Caleb
Okay.
set us off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Caleb, take it away. This was your picks. It wasn't even like your birthday this week. You just got picks.
It was just my turn to pick. So yeah. You know, it's been your job for so long that I didn't even plan anything. So
that's not true. We all pick films.
Let me wing it.
Yes, there you go. Just wing it.
So, as we said, it was my pick this week, and we decided to do one of my guilty pleasures and one of my hidden gems. So, first up on the guilty pleasure list is 1997's The Postman.
Wah, wah.
The Postman.
The Postman.
Which is awesome.
Not the Wicker Man, but the Postman.
The Postman, yes.
That's right.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row. Ooh, look at that.
Oh, crap.
Next
that means
week,
next week we got to do another one.
To do Spider-Man or
Spiderman.
Marathon Man.
Ooh, Marathon Man.
Marathon Man's good film. That'd be fun.
That's a good one. That's a great film.
Yeah. So, do you want me to synopsize
go right ahead.
this?
I honestly did not plan anything, so I can read something really quick if you want.
Well, I want you to chime in for me here. So this is a 1997 film starring and directed by Mr. Kevin Costner. So this is a post-apocalyptic tale of after basically everything that can go wrong in a society goes wrong. You got the plagues, you got the political upheaval, you have like climate stuff. We have what is famine, all the things. So yes, producer Scott says 5 years from now. So you have all those things going on. We have a wanderer out in the salt flats who makes his way around with his mule Bill telling Shakespeare in trade for goods and services. You know, it's kind of what we do now. We just barter everything. There is a team of bad guys, an army. They're despots. They're evil. And they follow in the path of the man that led the political part of the apocalypse. Anyway, these friends all meet. I mean, it's like you're synopsizing this film, and it's like, Jesus Christ, it takes so long to get to the postman part. But eventually, Shakespeare, as he's known to his friends, finds a dead postal worker, puts on their clothes for warmth, and then decides to, in order to keep himself alive, claim that he is a United States postal worker for the reopened United States. And things ensue.
Yeah.
Things. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So we know that I love it. We know that Neil hated it. Sandra, this is your first time up. Where
this is
you
my
at?
moment.
Where you at?
I also want producer Scott to weigh in, because if you weigh in the chat or wherever you do, producer Scott. So I never seen this film at all, and I knew that you loved it. And so that made it really fascinating to me, because all you ever hear about this movie is that it's one of the most lauded, hated films like ever made. People just they pan this film absurdly. And upon doing a little Googling, I found that there's actually a lot of people that like this film. You don't even have to Google that deep. And you can find people that's like, this movie just did not get treated fairly. Here's the thing. I did not I didn't.
It's okay. Say it.
No, I can't find the words, Caleb. I didn't hate this movie. I was expecting to hate it.
All right.
I found it enjoyable at times, actually. But I would never want to watch it again. So I don't quite know how to describe it. But I think it's like when you go into it expecting this movie that is just so fucking hated. And then you watch it and you're like, okay, it's not that bad.
Right. Okay.
It's real long though.
Right. It is okay, but have you never watched a long movie before?
I don't know that this needed to be that long. I don't know that this needed to be that long is the problem.
Okay.
I think it needed some editing. It's very, very raw Americana. Yeah. It is taking a lot of stuff and shoehorning it violently into a 3-hour casing. Like you have like loners, you have like society, you have community, you have like America coming together again, you have romance, you have Nazis, you have children, you have race relations, you have like there's so much going on. The fucking Pony Express, there's so much going on in this film. There's so much happening that I feel like it was like dizzying. It was like dizzying to watch because I was like, why did it be? I don't know. I need a map.
Okay. All right.
So I don't know.
Caleb?
Yeah, I really have. Look, could it have been whittled down? Like picked a theme and then just sort of stuck with that. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe picked 3 themes even.
But it's like, I don't know. Dances with Wolves was 3 hours long, and no one seemed to have a problem with that. And I'm not saying that this is Dances with Wolves, but it's just like I guess I just don't understand all the problems. Neil, you love Wyatt Earp.
Yep.
That's a really long movie.
That's a long movie.
It's like a 12-hour movie. 12 hours long.
And it's funny that people seem to say some of the same things about Wyatt Earp that they do about the Postman. But Neil loves Wyatt Earp, but hates the Postman.
Because
so
Wyatt Earp was a good movie.
And so is the Postman. And see, that's why I'm not sure, how you're making that distinction.
I want to see blood.
No, you know what?
There isn't a lot of in Wyatt Earp either.
No, in this discussion, I want to see blood hit the screen.
Okay, got it.
So what's funny is I actually I think every other like 3-hour Kevin Costner film I like.
It's like every other one. All right.
No, not every. I'm sorry, all the other ones. All the other ones.
If you pull up your Kevin Costner 3-hour bingo sheet.
Yes. So the Waterworlds and the Wyatt Earps and the Dancing with Wolves, I think are all great films. And I think Waterworld probably got fairly panned as well, right?
It did.
Oh yeah.
But it still like commercially did a lot more than Postman was like $80 million and like to date it's made 20 million back or something like that. So
right.
Whereas Waterworld eventually with overseas stuff, they say turned a profit, but who knows?
Did it?
Yeah. No, well, Postman is very, United States of America oriented. I mean, it's hard for that movie to do anything abroad, really.
You could see that totally. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So here's the thing. When I was watching this again, so the first time and only time I'd seen it was at the theater as a theater manager on Christmas Day when I had to screen it. So Christmas Eve going into Christmas morning when I had to stay and screen the print because we opened it Christmas Day. And so I'm sitting there at like 3 a.m. going, what the fuck? Why am I still here? Why is this movie still going? But watching it again many years later, halfway through, I was actually like, "Oh crap, this movie is not as bad as I remember it being," kind of thing. So and then I halfway, and and then the second half came, and then I was like, "Nope, there it is." This movie's just as bad as I remember because
that old familiar feeling.
Yeah, it kind of came back, So I like the build of him, the Shakespeare thing, and him kind of being the guy who just goes around for basically for food, reciting Shakespeare. I mean, and that's great. And then the thing with the army that he gets, recruited, quote unquote,
General Bethlehem.
Yes, and this army of
neo-Nazis.
What's the actor's name who plays Bethlehem? Yeah,
Will Patton.
Something like that. Caleb looks him up. But but Bethlehem.
Will Patton. Yeah.
Fucking suck that.
So you did it. You absolutely did. But in that, so when that's happening, you're like, okay, this is interesting, and you understand what's going on. And then, he gets away from the army eventually. And then he goes to the Pine View, whatever that village is called. Like you said, Sandra, he finally, after about an hour and some odd, he finally gets the postman stuff.
Right.
But where he basically impersonates a postman in order to, again, sneak his way into a town. Right. But,
so on that note, piggybacking off of that, Neil, let me just piggyback off of that. That when the movie was done and I'd watched it, producer Scott and I were discussing, and we realized that entire section of the film where he gets conscripted into the army and then escapes, you didn't even need that.
Didn't need it. Nope.
You didn't actually even need that whole section because the fucking general doesn't even remember who he is at the end of the movie. And there's enough stuff going on, like where we see the general and stuff, that we would have gotten what a fucking bad guy he is. So
I had this exact discussion yesterday.
Oh,
when I was talking to my wife about it, and we were the exact thing we were saying was that whole goddamn 50 minutes could have been taken out of the movie because you didn't need it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? He's Clark Kent because he has no beard. You don't know who the fuck he is anymore. I mean, it's the same guy.
It's like, and anyway. they had like chats, and stuff like, so it was very shocking. When that part of the movie comes at the end, I was like, oh, you're joking me. He doesn't remember.
I know.
Yeah, but I mean, I would argue that he is conscripting so many, new privates into his army that, I think it's okay that or it is somewhat believable that he may not remember him.
I'm going to need you to call on me because Kayla, I love you so much and I want to believe you, but how many conscriptees does he have a bard off with?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Where they shout Shakespeare at each other.
One shouts and one speaks in monotone, which is what Kevin Costner pretty much does through this entire thing.
Also, I would like to know at what point in the movie Kevin Costner decided to lose the Southern accent. Because it was real hot at the beginning. And we all know Kevin Costner. I actually am a Kevin Costner fan. I do like Kevin Costner. But he has a tendency to do that in films. To have an accent and then not have an accent later on. So he lost that somewhere between the Salt Flats and Oregon, I guess. It just fell out.
Yeah. Bethlehem scared it out of him. Who knows?
The irony of the Nazis watching The Sound of Music was not lost on me.
Yes.
So see, I like to think that, there really is a multiverse, and that although this movie takes place in 2013, it could have been, the march that happened on the Capitol. What was that? 2 weeks ago now. They actually won.
Yeah, sure.
They started a whole revolution or whatever you want to call it, and this is the aftermath. This is what happened because they took over.
Oh Jesus! I mean, no, you're totally right. Like in light of everything that's happened from 1997 till now, people are like looking back at this and we're like, yeah, this actually, this is all looking
Like,
real likely.
not far off.
Diseases, the pandemic, the fucking coup, the climate change stuff. I mean, it's like,
Yeah,
it's not actually that far off.
And General Bethlehem, as it says at one point, I was at the what do you see? I was at the Battle of Georgetown, and I watched the White House burn. I was like, oh shit.
Kevin Costner saw the future. Kevin Costner knew. Kevin Costner's part of it. Oh my God, where did Neil go?
No, I'm back.
Oh,
I'm here.
You got a phone call, huh?
I'm here.
Another thing I noted, every time Kevin Costner wears a hat in this film, it is comedically small for his head. Discuss.
I mean, it's the apocalypse. You don't have much of a choice of the hat you get. You know, it's kind of like whatever you find laying around.
The hat she gets, the hat you have. And he has a larger head.
Stole it off not stole it, but took it off a dead guy. So
well, even
really
his little conscripting hat, he wears like a knit cap, very small.
Yeah, which was probably pulled off of another conscripted dead guy who couldn't find a barrel to sit on.
Poor Kevin Costner's like, I directed this movie and the wardrobe people could not give me a correct fitting hat. Where is the respect?
Look, I can see where this is going. No.
I'm just having fun. I'm just having a bit of fun.
No, I know you are. It is not unexpected. Look,
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it.
The reluctant hero trope, the guy that doesn't want to do it, but ends up going like, all right. But when you think about it, he really doesn't do anything. He tells a lie, and then Ford Lincoln Mercury.
People killed.
Ford Lincoln Mercury is really the one that grabs the ball. Ford Lincoln Mercury, by the way, is played by Lorenz Tate.
He's so little in that movie.
Who you might know from O-Dog from Menace to Society, which is the first time I ever saw him in something.
I was going to ask, whatever happened to Lorenz Tate? I haven't seen him in years.
Oh, I think he's around.
Really? I haven't seen him in years.
Look under the couch. He might be maybe between your couch cushions. He's with your missing sock. I think his character was very charming. I actually, even though it goes into way cheesy territory, I thought all of the mail carrier kids were very cute, and I actually really liked that they were, like young people, and they have hope, and they do the thing. I like that.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like they've never grown up with anything. And so my point is like Kevin Costner, he becomes the postman, but he doesn't really do anything. It's all these other people around him that are like
that carry the revolution.
Kind of pushing him to step up and be the hero that they think he is.
And I really appreciate Abby kicking his ass. Like she majorly, like her character, I will say that's one of the better parts of this film is her character starts out in one place and then through tragedy, like really steps up and becomes a badass and realizes that he's kind of a ne'er-do-well, that he's always kind of like trying to get out of stuff or escape or run away. And she's very like, no. And I really appreciated that. The Bad Mumps is my new band name, by the way. Sandra and the Bad Mumps.
Okay.
And
by the way, the Bad Mumps make you sterile.
The Bad Mumps make you sterile. And I was having flashbacks to Jeff Goldblum in The Fly with their sex scene, because I feel like they lost a lot of moisture. There was
it kind of went on all night long, didn't it?
It really did. It really did.
He hadn't clearly, done that in a long time. So
if ever, that
Bill
could
being gone
could have been his
first time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point. Actually, you're right. Could have been. So.
Bill.
How about
Bill?
Bill. Poor Bill.
Oh, that was heartbreaking.
Poor Bill.
They had Bill burgers. Poor Bill.
They had Bill like mush.
It was gray.
Oh, you're right. It was mush. You're right. It was gray mush.
And he gave his to Giovanni Ribisi.
Giovanni Ribisi go, this is good.
Oh my God. with those teeth though, that they had him in. And again, it was very like, obviously he's talking about the escape and then he's gonna hear it. There was some of the stuff, when I say cheesy, it's because it's very predictable, I guess. Like, leaving those breadcrumbs.
Right.
Also cheesy when they sing America the Beautiful. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, Ribisi, he almost went. How do I say this without getting in trouble?
He almost went full simple Jack.
Yes, thank you. Exactly. Thank you.
That is the perfect way to put it.
Thank you.
God.
Because that line, like, this is good. And then the other time when he gets hit on the head, he's like, ow.
It is.
Yep.
It's.
Now, okay. Did you guys feel
it could be cut? It could be cut.
Did you feel sorry for him at all when Kevin Costner has to kill him?
No.
And he's like, why did you ruin my perfect army? Why? Or whatever the hell.
Because you're like, dude, are you really surprised?
It's like, we get it. There's always going to be joiners. There's always going to be people who, they're going to join the status quo as opposed to, getting, whatever, having a better life, quote unquote. The men do the hard labor. The women do the sewing. I do not feel bad for him at all. And that was funny. That was like the only time you saw those women, is they're like cleaning and like making things. And then like we never saw the women again, like the armies of women that were in there. It was just kind of funny. I was like, where'd they all? I guess they just stayed back and they're just like still washing things while the camp marched on. I don't know. Where'd they all go?
Good. Yeah, they probably, like, when the man went on a mission, they probably stood there with their jackets, looking longingly like, oh, I hope he comes back.
I just want to wash this again. Yeah, exactly.
Guess I'm going down to the river and beat this against a rock.
One of the other things, I'm sorry. So Caleb knew people were going to be cruel during this episode. And as I said,
unexpected.
And as I said, I didn't hate this movie. I really didn't. And I enjoyed a lot of it. The slow motions, though, those were some really funny uses of slow motion. And a lot of them. I think the worst one for me is the young boy holding up the letter. See that?
That's the most iconic one.
Yeah, that's the epic letter grab.
Yeah.
Like for me, if I were to complain about a slow motion shot, it would be the climactic ending, which is like just two guys rolling in the dirt in slow motion.
Oh my God. He's like this general of men.
That's like the payoff, So I mean, if there is a problem, if I'm going to pick one thing to say, like, okay, I would change that, it would be that. I mean, come on, give us a better fight. Give us a
yes.
Okay, give us something more worthy of the 3-hour buildup.
100%.
110%. It's like, I mean, they get out there, they got the Braveheart thing, got the big armies on both sides, and they come together, and you're expecting the big giant battle, and it's just you and me. Let's not involve everyone else. And then they like,
well, and I like that idea. I do like that idea.
I wrote down that line.
The two guys that start it should be the ones that finish it.
I wrote down that line. Yes.
Choreograph it and give us something worthy of that you're a badass.
That there's been
General Bethlehem does not look like a badass.
We've been watching this movie for 3 fucking hours to get to this moment. Yeah. No, I wrote down that line, Caleb, because I actually really liked that line and I liked the delivery of it from Costner. Wouldn't it be great if wars were fought by the assholes who started them? And in a lot of ways, it's like that's a big theme for the movie. Again, there's so many themes and so much happening. It's a little unfortunate that one gets lost because it's like, damn, that's really good, especially in a post-apocalyptic movie.
Yeah,
that's some deep stuff.
It's good, but the problem is the two guys that are supposed to be participating in your climax are just rolling around on the ground like it's the 7th grade, freaking fight in the schoolyard kind of thing, and you're like, okay, is something else going to happen? Then it's just like Kevin Costner comes up, okay, I win. That's it, you know. And then of course, you know, it's going to happen eventually from that.
Right.
You're just waiting for the,
like,
you know.
Yeah. In quotes, no more killing. End quote. Well, so except for that one more.
No killing followed immediately by killing. And it's like, that sounds about American.
So, I mean, the bad guy he had to get his right, but anyway,
it was an amendment to the new Constitution that had just been written in that minute.
And that guy, his second in command, the one that actually kills him, you know, they say that horrifying story where he tried to challenge him and he lost and he cut out his tongues and cut off his balls. I kept calling him Balls for the whole movie. I was like, there's Balls, and I'm like, Balls gonna do it. Paul's gonna do it. You can see his disdain building through the film.
Balls.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tom Petty, though. Tom Petty.
Tom Petty.
Mayor of Bridgetown.
You're famous. I used to be.
Yep.
That was pretty cute. That was cute.
That was a cute part.
Yeah. I have one more note. I have two more notes.
Okay.
So the end, when it's his daughter telling the story. First of all, that's how the movie starts out. And it has been said sometimes on this show, I think we said it, it's said other places too. Any movie where they give you an exposition dump by a character in the first couple of minutes is usually a bad sign. But so we go around to the end and she's telling the story. So at this point, it has been 30 years. In 30 years, we are completely back to normal society. We have cameras, we have cameramen, we have TV crews, we have children in blended fabrics made in factories.
Yes.
I was very... I posed the question. It took us 15 years to completely fall apart. Is 30... This is like a math problem. Is 30 an adequate number to then be completely on track again?
Yes. Because the knowledge is still there. And, you know, some older folks, you know, that possibly knew how to run, you know, the factories or whatever, that I'm assuming were still standing. Maybe not, but maybe so.
To be so sanitized and sterile and back to order in 30 years... I mean, I remember I was impressed. It's an impressive
Warp
movie.
Speed.
It's an impressive movie.
So
you should be impressed.
Neil is shaking his head. No, it would not be 30 years and everything's back to normal. Neil says no.
If Donald Trump, never mind. Sorry.
Mar-a-Lago, though.
Past.
That, and of course, the movie had to end on the supremely, supremely corny. That was me, child, with the letter and the statue.
Yeah. Oh God. Yes. I mean, yeah. I think there was some throw up.
Cringe.
There was, yeah. My balls went back up inside a little bit. It was like, oh God. Yeah.
Oh, we'll call you Balls now.
Call me Balls now. Yeah.
I think that's what it is for me, Caleb. Some weird pacing tonal stuff for a 3-hour film, and then just some really just cheesy lines. At the end of the day, that's what I didn't like. There was stuff I liked. I didn't like that. I'm glad I saw it. I am so glad I saw this movie, because now I can kind of defend it. In a weird way, I can be like, yeah, there's a lot of cheese, but it wasn't all terrible.
You know, it's like there's parts where the movie overall is supposed to be kind of serious, you know, and what's going on overall.
Yeah.
But then there's these little moments of like where Kevin Costner is calling Olivia weird, like you're so weird, or whatever he's saying to her, you know, when
there's some comedic relief.
Yeah, there's some little things in there. It's like to me, it doesn't like fit in that, you know, she's like, you know, they're in the cabins together living, and she's basically keeping this guy alive, you know, and she's doing all the work and everything, and then whatever, and he's just whatever. You're weird. Whatever. I mean, he says to her for whatever reason. It's like, what?
He's rude.
Right.
He's rude. He's a
he's trying to be
ne'er-do-well.
cute. He's trying to be cute, and it's and whatever. But I don't know. It just doesn't fit.
Yeah, because that's how he's gotten by in life. Is he thinks he's like so slick, right? And finally, somebody calls him on it and is like, you're not so fucking clever. You're kind of a coward. You might have the good semen, but I don't know.
It was very tasty. So I mean,
Oh, hi Jake.
Oh,
There's
I don't
Jakey
think
cat.
she tasted it. She had other ideas.
She wanted there's Jake.
You don't know. They were there all night. You guys said it.
There was a lot of
yeah, they
moisture
were
leaving the
all
body.
there all night, but she was there for one thing and one thing only. That
You know
was
what?
to get impregnated.
Abby should have been the fucking postman.
Totally.
Maybe she was.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, and of course they named the kid Hope. Oh, it's so silly. It's so silly. It's so silly. It's so silly.
All right.
That's
You know,
silly.
I disagree.
Caleb.
100%.
He's here for all that cheese.
I don't think it's cheesy. I enjoy it. I like it.
Sit up.
My take, your take.
Oh.
I
Okay, here comes Scott.
feel that it is terribly cheesy, embarrassingly patriotic, and the acting is so over the top. Particularly the general, who trained in the same school as Christoph Waltz, and I loved every moment of it. I loved it. I loved it so much.
Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate that, producer Scott. You're calling it like it is, and you were fucking here for it.
And
I love it.
Yeah. I don't understand what's wrong with a little bit of cheese, what's wrong with a little bit of patriotism, what's wrong with a little bit of
You're saying a little bit. You're saying a little bit.
Sentimentality.
It's a lot of bit.
But it's
a lot of bit.
It's roomy. It's like Velveeta. Like
he's created a world.
In a world. Should we move on to your second
we
pick?
should move on. Yes.
But
yes.
I do want to say real quick, I'm sorry. Caleb, though, God damn you. I give you all the props in the world because you knew going into this long before how I felt about the movie.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
I mean,
of course.
So but I'm just saying that it goes to show a lot about your strength and character to say, screw you, I don't care. I like this movie.
You're a good sport. You're a good sport.
Whereas I'd be getting all offended and probably off in a huff.
Be driving off in his house. Yeah, you're a good sport,
driving
Caleb.
off in my house. Yeah.
Fuck you, I don't want to play anymore. Bye.
Fuck you guys. You don't like the Postman?
Fucking hate this show.
I've got a full back piece tattoo of the Postman.
He's got the kid holding up the letter in the slow motion.
Can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah. Oh, the good semen. Oh, the good semen. Jake's back. Hi, Jakey, cat.
Oh, it's time for a Jakey appearance.
Okay, now let's move on to your second selection.
Okay, part two.
Part two. This is your hidden gem.
This was one of my hidden gems. Yes.
You're gonna have to remind me the director of this film. Did we write that down?
His name is David Webb Peoples, and he's actually more known as a writer because he wrote the movie Unforgiven, the Clint Eastwood Academy Award winning
joint.
Blade Runner, 12 Monkeys, and Leviathan.
Those are all things I like.
He was the screenwriter for all of those.
Those are all things I like. I love 12 Monkeys. Fucking love that movie. Anyway, so this is another post-apocalyptic tale of woe. This time we're in maybe Australia, perhaps Australia. I don't know. And we are introduced to the way the world is now. It's dusty, it's desolate and dry. People live spread out in little villages while underground cities thrive with the elite. And in order to get by, some people play a sport, and they're called juggers.
Juggers.
Not juggalos. Juggers. And this story follows one such team led by the delicious, amazing Rutger Hauer as Sallow, and the absolutely amazing, oh my God, I'm doing a bad synopsis.
No, you're fine.
What's her name? Our girl.
Oh, Joan Chen.
Joan Chen.
Joan Chen. She plays Kidda.
Kidda. Kidda is from a small village. They call them dog towns, where they're just really poor and desperate. She wants to get out. She wants to see the world and make something of her life. She thinks she can play the position of the Quick, and she convinces Sallow and his team to let her join them. And this is their adventure of redemption for some, upward mobility for others. I love Joan Chen. I know her from Twin Peaks best. And we all love Rutger Hauer. We all fucking love Rutger Hauer. I want to hear about it if you don't like Rutger Hauer.
No.
Hear about it.
It'd be un-American to like Rutger Hauer.
So
too much patriotism. Tone it down, bro.
Tone it down, bro. I have to say straight off the bat, first thing. I watched this movie on streaming. I'd never seen it before. I was incredibly disappointed with the transfer. It was fucking awful. It was so bad. And like, we were like Googling pictures of like how it actually is supposed to look, and it looks so good. I was super bummed. I was very
it's
like,
on
man.
Prime. Do you not have a Prime account?
That's where I watched it, but I was very disappointed.
Oh wow.
It actually is a lot crisper, brighter, the audio's better. So that was a huge bummer, man.
Okay.
That having been said,
yes,
I loved this movie. Mwah.
Wow. Okay.
I think it is ripe for a remake. I think it does need to be remade. I do. And I have my reasons. Not that there's anything wrong with people going back and watching this and still enjoying it, but there was some pacing issues that I think would have benefited from, like at the beginning, it's like 15 fucking minutes with the credits rolling with them putting on their armor. And it's like, okay, we could probably use that towards character development, but it's fine. And some other little places where it dragged a little too. That's like, this would have been a great spot for, kind of furthering some characters, looking at some other characters' backstories, stuff like that. But I really want to play this sport, and I want to use the Q-tip.
The Q-tip.
That's what it's called. Look it up.
But you gotta take a dog head, a dog skull, and stick it on a steak.
I'm practicing. No, that I know. I don't like that part.
So see, I don't know. I felt this movie is very fast paced. It's an hour and 30 minutes long. I feel that they just really get to it, and it just kind of doesn't really let up until the very end. And I don't know. For me, it goes by really fast. The only backstory you really get is like a little card at the beginning just saying, I wrote it down. I thought I wrote it down. Okay. People no longer remember the golden age of the 20th century. They don't remember the miraculous technology or the cruel wars that followed. They didn't remember when the Juggers first played the game in capitals, or how it came to be played with a dog skull. And that's it. That's all we get.
Yeah.
There's no other, was it nuclear war? Was it war? Was it famine? Was it, that's it.
Yeah.
And there's really nothing else that they talk about the past in. It's just one of those sports movies, an underdog sports movie that takes place
an underdog skull sports movie
in the future from now.
Except
I could have used more. That's what I'm saying. A little more story. Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead. Yes.
The sport, though, I mean, I think it leaves a little bit to be desired in the actual design of the game itself. Whereas you got the position of people that are fighting each other, supposedly protecting their Quick, which is the person who is supposed to take the dog skull and put it on the stake. And then you got some that have like these special staffs that have like a curve in them so you can grab people with it or do whatever. or bonk them on the head.
And a Q-tip on the other side.
And a Q-tip, right. And then you have the guys that have the swinging...
The chain. That's
chain
called, that position
kind.
is the chain. That's the position.
The chain, right. So my guess is everyone's trying to eventually attack the quick to make sure they can't deliver the dog skull onto the spike. Yet all they ever do is just kind of like fight each other while the quicks go at it on their own, like kind of like tackling each other.
Well, that just means that they're good, that they are keeping...
But no one ever,
I
don't know. Eventually, you think someone would be able to push someone off and go try and do what they're supposed to do.
They do. They
doing
do
this with their
eventually
back
do
and
that.
forth. Do they? Do they really? Okay.
I do get what you're saying, Neil, and now I don't want like a silly exposition dump at the beginning, but I think they could have explained the sport a little bit better. Instead, it's very much like they're like, we're gonna throw you in the deep end of the pool and you're gonna figure out how this sport works.
I don't know. I've watched this movie probably 5 or 6 times now.
Wow.
And
that's a lot.
I feel like, well, like I said, it was one of my hidden gems that nobody knows about. I mean, I didn't put it on my list because I hate it.
It's a hidden gem.
But I think the more times you watch it, you come to realize that the only person that can physically touch the dog skull is the quick. You know, no one else can touch it. And then, everyone else is just basically playing defense and beating the shit out of each other.
No, what I'm saying is the people should be all trying to beat up the quick on the opposite team so they can't do it. And they're not. They're always beating each other up. And no one's ever trying to make a play.
Because those people are keeping them from
but they're not.
getting
no
to the
trying
quick
to get the
because
quick.
they're
no one's
fighting
trying
each
to get
other.
the quick. No, they're not.
You
The
have
guys
to
with the
take
chains-
out someone
No.
first before you can go get to the quick.
Oh, is that
my
what it
God.
is? You got to take out your own position first. Then you
They
can get
are
the quick?
busy
No,
because otherwise they're going to get the shit beat out of them by,
You see, I think we need to know the rules and the strategy a
Yes,
little
we
bit
need the
better.
rules.
This is hilarious. Oh my God, I'm crying. Everybody
Jugger
also
is a real sport that is played in Australia and Germany now. And Caleb is basically correct. All of the other positions are playing defense. However, they cannot touch the skull, although they can touch it with their weapons.
Right.
And you are correct. They're kind of like offensive linemen, defensive linemen. They're butting heads to try and get away from the other one so that they can attack the quick.
I think Neil is understanding that. He just doesn't.
Yeah.
He just thought that they weren't doing a great job of it.
Right. I just didn't think that anyone was actually making their way over to the quick to try and keep them from doing their job.
They seem perfectly fine fighting each other over here.
The very first match, I guess we'll just call it a match. The very first game we see played, their chain guy destroys their quick. And that's how
He does.
Okay. I believe you. Okay.
Yeah, his name was Dog Boy. I don't know if you caught that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I have a note.
And that's how
I have a note.
That's how Joan Chin's kiddo becomes their quick.
I have a note on that. I have a note on that, which should be nobody carries the dog boy. That was, it was so good. That was a great line.
Nobody carries them.
We're moving on from the semantics of gameplay.
They're like, we need that one signature line, just like Dirty Dancing had. What could it be? Nobody carries a dog boy.
Like, you guys remember Dirty Dancing? I fucking love that movie. We need a Dirty Dancing moment here. One of the things I love about this sport and this film is that this blood sport is co-ed. I fucking love that. I would be so down. Like, I'm not kidding. I want to taste my opponent's blood and wipe it off my Q-tip and fight with these people. I'm so down for that. And I love that Kidda is that role would so traditionally be played by a white man, and it would be his story, of I was but a poor farm boy and now I am, And it's so cool that it is an Asian woman. She is not sexualized in this movie at all. There's no creepy like male gaze. She's not trying, her and the other women, they're not trying to like look good, like, while they're playing this.
Yeah, they just want to play and then afterwards fuck. That's all they really want to do.
And the women also get to have their pick of the men of the town, just like the men do of the women, because they're like the champions. I think that was really cool in this. That was one of the reasons I liked the movie, is because this strange Australian American action film from 1989, you wouldn't necessarily think that's what you're going to get. And that is what you get. Some actually progressive moments.
No, the first time you see her, she's like, how's your leg? I'm going to break your leg. I love that.
And he says he's going to like rip her tits off, and she just like doesn't even flinch. She's like, nah, your leg is weak and I'm coming for it.
You see that knee? I'm breaking it. And she does.
Yeah. She's like, I'm not falling for it. Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
He is a baby in this film.
Yes. He's very thin. He's very young.
I love him. I wish, he'd had a little bit more going on in this film, but I like it. And then what's the other, I didn't catch
Delroy Lindo.
Oh, I love him.
He's great, but he was grossly misused in this film, in my opinion.
Oh, we could have used more. Well, that's what I'm saying, is I wanted more character stuff from all of the characters, because I immediately liked them all, and I immediately liked how they kind of have this this camaraderie and this bond with each other. And I just really wanted like more of that. I would have. Right. I thought it would have been delicious.
It quickly becomes the Rutger Hauer, Joan Shin, with a tiny little bit of Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
Right.
And then everyone else is kind of...
Oh, and Gandhi.
And the coach, too. Yeah, Gandhi. Yeah.
Oh, my God. When Gandhi goes in, I freaked out. I freaked the fuck out. I was like, who's going to go in? Who's going to go in? Ah, it was so good.
What? They didn't have backup. They needed another player. They needed a fifth player.
One of my other favorite things about this film is, first of all, I liked the elite lady that likes to taste the blood of the heroes, hence our title there. That was real gross. I could have used a lot more of that. That would have been just fine. Would have liked that. But
what
Salu...
was... I'm sorry, Sandra. Her line she had, it was like, she's like, I don't want brutality. I want the blood of heroes.
The blood of heroes.
Or whatever it was.
I would have loved to see more like weird scenes of her licking people's blood. I would have been so down. I was like waiting for it. I was like, because I'm just a weird, creepy little pervert demon goblin, but I didn't get it. But Salu didn't die. It was so like, he's so that trope that you're like, he's gonna die. He's gonna take a bad chain to the face or something.
Well, he does.
And he does. But I mean, for like the killing blow.
Right.
But he doesn't die. And I love that he doesn't die at the end of this film. Spoiler alert.
No, yep. He does not.
She also Mike Tyson's an ear.
Yes, she does. You've got the bad guy. Did you catch his name? Lord Vile.
Yeah, it's pretty on the nose. Yeah.
I feel like when they were writing the script, they were like, "Oh, we'll just put that as a placeholder," and then just never changed it.
But he's named for a skinny, vessel upon which liquid is transferred, not for the other. So,
producer Scott made a funny point too when they're, they throw down the challenge and they turn in their dog skulls. He's like, wow, how do they know those are like real ones? And I was like, yeah, it's apparently an honor-based system.
Yeah, you are on the honor system. They are juggers. They are, they can't lie.
A jugger would never.
Right.
A jugger would never.
Well, how would you make in that time, in that world, how would you make a fake dog skull? There's like there's plaster of Paris.
Well, no, but I'm saying no, you kill a dog.
I believe that they are raising dogs for food.
Yeah, that's why they call them dog towns, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm saying you craft the thing.
And then when they first go underground, down towards the Earth's core where it's still warm, one of the first things you see is a dog on a spit that they're cooking for food.
Right.
It made me so
You
mad.
can't just kill a dog in that. You probably get in big trouble because dogs are used for food in that.
They're food.
era,
I know. I'm
or
just
whatever.
saying. I think it'd be really easy to, when it's like dogs are our main commodity everywhere, to throw in a
Right.
dog skull and be like, "No, I totally won this," and it's like,
Whereas
No, I think-
whereas the elite get to eat like Gila Monster.
yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. They're like the delicacy of the Gila Monster.
I know, full of what are they? Whatever the hell, mashed potatoes.
Radiation. Yeah.
I don't know, but I
coleslaw.
mean, like, you see this thing on the table, and it's a
Yeah.
big old lizard, and they're like cutting off slices and putting them on plates.
Another,
horrifying.
another,
Sort of like
another-
it's the rotisserie, the carving station at a buffet.
A fucking sizzler.
No prime rib or turkey. We just got lizard.
all you
Do you
can
want
eat.
white meat or dark meat?
All you can eat lizard and salad at the buffet.
Don't fill up on the breadsticks. We got lizard coming.
But that's only if you're rich.
Yeah, that's only if you're rich.
Everyone else gets rat and dog.
And dirt. Just dirt.
Dirt.
I would never eat any of those creatures. It was so sad. I love the Gila Monster. I love the dogs. Maybe super blue. Super blue.
Oh man.
Neil,
That's
what did you
funny.
think? I'm not sure if we got your opinion on this.
I don't think he cared for the film.
No,
He's gonna
clearly did not like.
pass.
I clearly did not like it as much as you guys did. But it's one of the. I mean, the more when I talk about it more with other people, I'm obviously enjoying laughing about it more. But I
Did
would
we
never watch
Zardoz
it
you?
again.
Did we Zardoz you on
Well,
this?
no, I mean Zardoz has boobs at least, so it kept me entertained a little more. But this, I
Well,
don't know,
Zardoz doesn't have boobs, but some people in Zardoz do. But
well,
yeah,
no,
I hear
sorry,
you.
the movie Zardoz. Yes, you're right. Yeah, it's an interesting idea, and I don't know that it was. I don't think it did a great job explaining exactly what's going on and what everything is. Like, I mean, I had to go back and read about it to understand, I think, more about the film itself.
Right.
So that definitely, like, I didn't realize that. I mean, there's the League of, what are they called? What are the people called again who play the game?
Extraordinary gentlemen.
Extraordinary juggalos.
There's the juggers,
Yeah.
that are above ground, and those are like
Yes.
those are like the XFL or whatever, the CFL, kind of guys.
College.
Running
Yeah.
around playing, and they play basically so that they can get food and then take the other, or what do you call them?
The dog towns.
Yeah, take their skulls, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they collect them.
and it's entertainment for the people.
And it's that. But the point is, if you win though, they feed you because you won. So
Yeah.
They feed you
And then-
and pay you. They
and-
pay you in nuts and bolts and sprockets.
but there you go. But then there's also
in
there's a
cyberpunk
league.
money.
Exactly. I gotta adorn my hat, my top hat. But and then there's the league, which is the
Those Steam or
sub-level.
cyberpunk. Yeah.
Yes, the
Yes,
league,
sorry.
Right.
the leagues of they call it the 9 cities or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
the 9 cities,
Each
yeah.
each of the cities have a team.
And this is
And
the
they-
Red City.
They are the NFL. Yeah.
Right.
Or the NBA.
So this is all
or the
stuff I didn't
MLB.
grasp very
Okay.
well until I went back and did the research afterwards.
I agree,
So-
Neil. And that's part of the storytelling stuff that I think could have, been a little bit better. A little
Yeah.
bit better. A little bit better explained. And yeah, I agree.
That being said, I had moments. I liked what I like. I liked the dog skull. Quite honestly, it was cool that you were playing for a dog skull instead of a football or any kind of ball. You know what I mean, kind of thing, basically.
Sure.
Um,
Sure.
I still have issue. I don't care what you guys say. I have issue with the quicks that seem to get left alone fairly often from the guys who just keep bumping Q-tips against each other. It's just kind of like, all right, I get
I
on
think
with it.
Neil is afraid that in our team he would be the quick and nobody's gonna
no one would
defend him.
no one would go
Right.
protect
And
him.
we're just like playing with our chains and our Q-tips. Oh, it's so good.
Uh,
Everyone
Um,
else is being blocked well, Neil.
I
you know, you can't have a sack every play.
No, you cannot. But again, I don't. Whatever. Okay, get past it.
Am I wrong though? You're the quick. What? Caleb and I are the Q-tips.
I don't know. I don't think I would
and
be
producer
the quick.
Scott is the chain. I swear to God, this is happening. We just made a team. We need one more person now. And nobody can get hurt.
We gotta have 5. We gotta have 5.
Fuck, who are we gonna get? Hungry boy, do you want to play?
So this was filmed in Australia, by the way.
Yes.
A place called, and I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, but Coober Petty? Cooberpedy. It's in the northern part of southern Australia. The name comes from the Aboriginal term Kupapiti, which means, and I only wrote this down because of this, white fella's hole. So apparently the people there live underground because it's hot, in dugouts, and the Aboriginals sort of named it white fella's hole.
Wow.
Other movies that were filmed there were Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Not surprised.
Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Love.
Pitch Black. And
I like Pitch Black.
And Red Planet.
Oh, look at that.
And then a lot of the extras came from this place, which I guess is known primarily for mining opals.
Wow.
Oh, opals are cool. I like all those things you named.
She likes white person holes. So.
I like almost fellas. All the white fella. Yeah.
And anytime you say fellas, I want to say it in an Australian accent, but I can't do one. Neil will try
Irish.
it, but
I could do it to a T.
Too.
You know me.
Oh, white fellas, white fella. See, I can't do it.
White.
Fella.
White fella's hole. White fella's holes.
Hungry.
No.
You know
I think you went Minnesotan.
You betcha.
So Hungry, you know where this place is? Cooper Petty. Have you heard of it?
Do you live there in a dugout?
Hungry said
do you live in a white person's hole?
Yeah.
Let us know.
Hungry said I pronounced it correctly.
Oh, good. What did he say? Is he joining the team? I hope so. We really need him.
All right. So this film overall, regardless, it's worth a watch for sure because it's got Rutger Hauer and it's got Joan Chen in an early role and it's got Delroy Lindo, who I love. And D'Onofrio. It's actually got a great cast in it.
Yeah.
It's a great cast. Yeah.
I don't know that they're used to their ability, to be honest, but it's the movie itself. You know, I mean, it's their early roles for most of them. So, you know, right. I don't know that it even uses Rutger necessarily to his abilities, but you know.
What about the guy that played Goomba? Is he?
Oh, the big guy?
Gonzo.
Krampus.
Gonzo.
I like to give him new names.
Why would they name him Gonzo? Why would you pick a Muppet? It's like of all the names you can think of, you pick.
Somebody remembers something from the golden 21st century, don't they?
Yeah, I guess so.
So
his parents were like, "Hey, who's your favorite Muppet? Let's name him Fozzie." No, Gonzo.
Gonzo.
So he is like the leader of the pro team that lives underground. For all you people out there in chat
He's
and
not a bad
podcast.
Guy.
So his name is Max Fairchild. And he played Benno in Mad Max, the original.
Gotcha.
He played Broken Victim in Mad Max 2.
My favorite role.
Yeah, those are probably the 2 biggest things he ever did.
Huh, interesting. That must be where I recognized him from.
He is a big freaking dude. He's 6'4" and he probably weighs like 300 plus pounds.
Damn, he's huge. Okay, that was all. I just needed to know. And he's like a good guy. Like this character was like.
He's got a good guy. He's got a metal plate in his head, which is
pretty cool.
Kind of cool, you know.
Pretty cool. And you can like see it. He doesn't wear a hat or anything. He's like, look at it.
Oh no. There's no hiding his
oh my
metal
God.
plate. And he gets lizard too. He gets lizard. The carver gives him some lizard.
Neil, you'll remember Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 with the plate. With the plate.
Oh yeah, of course. How can I forget that? And the hanger, he'd burn the hanger, the lighter.
Yeah. That's what he does.
That's what he does for sure.
So good. So good.
So good. Good stuff.
So good. Okay. That's all I know.
Don't get me started on Texas Chainsaw 2.
We should watch that sometime as a family.
This is my pick. We're not talking about Texas Chainsaw.
The Saw's family, Caleb.
Saw's family.
Please keep all comments about either the Postman or Blood of Heroes.
Or you can see yourself out. or eating lizard.
All right. Good job, Caleb. Thank you for picking those.
Thank you, Caleb.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Caleb.
All right, so we were going to do it. We'll do not all the questions, but we have some apocalyptic trivia we wanted to try and do.
I think we should save it for another apocalypse. Like we'll do some, like you said, and then save some because this is
agreed.
Yeah, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes,
5 minutes on the clock.
All right,
5 minutes. 5 minutes. So play the intro.
5 minutes on the clock.
But intro first.
Yes.
No.
Sure.
And the Oscar goes to Titanic.
And the Oscar goes to My Heart Will Go On, Titanic.
The Oscar goes to James Cameron for Titanic. I'm the king of the world!
Oh, apocalyptic, I tell you.
Oh my God, the amount of cringe when he says, I think you get away.
Yes.
My God. Oh,
so bad.
Postman, greatest movie ever.
Woo! Blood of Heroes. Woo!
All right. Question number 1. What garbage pail kid shares his name with the hero of a post-apocalyptic trilogy?
Oh, Mad Max.
Yeah, it's got to be. But I don't know. Does he have a trashy name? Like they usually have like Booger Max or something like that. Let's go with Mad Max.
It is Mad Max.
Yep.
Oh, there's no snot in that name.
Remember, they always had twins, though. I don't know if you remember that about Garbage Pail Kids. But there was always the same card with like different names.
I got you. They're on the periphery of my memory.
All right. Next up, what big budget post-apocalyptic adventure was completely ignored because it came out shortly after Star Wars?
Oh, is it Mad Max? All the answers to this quiz are Mad Max.
No,
They're all Mad Max.
No, but Star Wars came out in
77.
Well,
I said it first, bitch.
It's not Mad Max. I know the answer because I had to go through and I know
You
the
already
answer
know
to the
the
first
answer
two.
to
No,
this?
of the first two. So just this one and then that's it.
Post-apocalyptic.
that's fucking
Fuck.
bullshit.
Waterworld. Yeah, I don't like that either, Caleb. That's fucking dumb.
Hungry got it. Hungry got
It's Waterworld.
it. Waterworld in
I don't
1977.
know. I'm looking at the answer right here, and I've never even heard of this movie.
What is it?
Demolition Alley.
Yep.
I have it as Damnation Alley.
Damnation Alley. I can't read.
No,
I never heard of it.
Demolition Alley.
Never heard of either of those.
Yeah.
The answer
Either
as
way,
listed
whatever
on
it
this
is.
quiz was Damnation Alley. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. I've never heard of
Okay.
it, so
Hungry, you failed us. It's fine.
I don't.
Yeah,
know.
never.
I'm gonna have to say
Never
Hungry
heard of
is
it.
probably right.
Yeah, I think it's Demolition.
Never heard of it. Mm-mm.
Although Pismo Mart. Oh, hey, by the way,
Oh, Damnation. I
he
don't know.
writes
It's one of those
Damnation
two.
Alley. So, no, Hungry says he goofed. So, all right.
Oh.
Damnation Alley. Final answer, Alex.
All right. Question number 3. The dog from A Boy and His Dog also appeared on what classic TV sitcom?
Lassie.
Benji.
Classic
Flipper.
sitcom.
It's a sitcom. Flipper is. It is Flipper. It is Flipper. I don't even know The Boy and His Dog. I don't know that at all.
The answer is The Brady Bunch. Blood
Never
was
seen The Brady
also
Bunch.
Tiger.
Oh.
I've never seen an episode of The Brady Bunch, and I don't intend to start now.
Tiger
All right.
kittens would frighten him.
What?
I was singing Annie. It all goes back to Annie.
Oh, it all goes back. Annie's the alpha omega.
Dumb dog, why are you following me?
When they're coming up with a name for Sandy, they're giving names, and one of the names is Tiger.
It's great. Great memory.
Okay, question number 4. What futuristic novel has been adapted into 6 theatrical films, a TV series, a Saturday morning cartoon, and several comic books?
Okay, well, it's got to be the Last Man on Earth, the Ray Bradbury vibes.
You mean like Omega Man kind of thing?
Yeah, it's that story, but I don't remember.
Comic books? Holy crap!
I'm sure it's a comic book.
Kids TV show. I don't remember.
I'm sure it's got to be this. It's got to be the same thing that I Am Legend. It's I Am Legend vibe.
Omega Man, The Last Man on Earth.
Yeah.
But you're saying 6 movies?
6
yeah,
theatrical
because
films, a TV series, a Saturday morning cartoon, and several comic books.
It's either that or it's Ninja Turtles. It's Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles are apocalyptic.
The answer is Monkey Planet, also known as Planet of the Apes.
The fuck?
Oh, son of a bitch!
Fucking shitballs.
Wow, that I feel cheated.
I feel dumb.
We're not gonna live in the apocalypse.
Wow.
We're not gonna make it.
No, we're not gonna make it.
Our skeletons will be found in the haunted mansion.
We should be so lucky. We got one more?
We're going to do 2 more. So this one is, which Resident Evil movie takes place in Las Vegas?
Jesus.
I can't even think of a name. Alien? No, not Alien.
I only saw the first one.
Resident
Evil.
No, I saw like the first one and the last one. Yeah,
Jovovich's Revenge.
Resident Evil.
Apocalypse.
The flying
Resident Evil Apocalypse.
Resident Evil The Hangover.
Apocalypse.
Resident Evil Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 12.
Bridesmaid.
I'm just thinking of movies
Resident Evil The Wolfpack.
Take place in Las Vegas.
It is Resident Evil
Revelation.
Extinction.
Damn.
Okay. Neil, I told you we weren't going to do really good on the podcast.
That's all right.
This is still fun. I'm still having a good time.
All right.
Last one.
Final question of tonight. The 1988 video game Manhunter takes place in a post-apocalyptic future in what city?
Las Vegas.
I
don't know.
I've heard of this game. It's very famous, like controversial.
I've heard of the movie.
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna say LA.
There was a Manhunter game. Is this the one? I played one once where you're hidden in the shadows and you killed people.
Yeah, you kill people.
In the shadows.
Yeah, very controversial.
Really fun, but it wasn't for 88 though. He said 88. This wasn't a 1988 game.
Girl, I don't know.
Or was it?
Or was it?
And you just played it late.
Maybe they do mean the Manhunter from like the Hannibal Lecter series. Where did that take place, Caleb? You remember?
It's like Philadelphia.
Like
why do you ask Caleb?
Louisiana.
I've seen that movie. It's not Louisiana, fool.
And
fool.
Atlanta,
oh my God, I'm so offended.
No, he said he's heard of the movie, so that's why I went to him.
I've seen the movie. It's Scott prefers it to Silence of the Lambs, which is a fun, unpopular opinion we should talk about.
I don't think we have time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, not right now.
I don't think we have time to go in for my love of Manhunter.
Yeah.
Manhunter's got...
Mark Vision's Truth says Manhunt is a Rockstar game, but not 1988.
Oh, Manhunt.
Oh,
He said Manhunter.
okay.
You're right, Manhunt.
Dude, I don't know. I'm going to go with LA.
I'm thinking of.
LA, final answer.
I'm going to say Las Vegas. Fuck it. I'm going Vegas.
The answer is New York City.
Another large
city.
Another large city.
I actually do want to do one more. I don't want to leave it off on that one.
I don't want to end things here. Okay.
I think this one is fun.
Okay.
Okay. Richard Matheson's novel, I Am Legend, has been made into 3 movies. Name all 3.
We just did earlier. I Am Legend,
Legend,
Last Man on Earth, Omega Man.
We did it. We fucking did that shit.
Oh. See, I don't listen to you guys while I'm producing the show. I just zone out and, do something else.
I'm glad we went out on a high note, y'all. We did it. We done did the thing.
Are we correct, Scott? Can we get the ding?
You are correct. Ding.
Yes, we did it, guys.
Chuggers.
We got one.
Chuggers.
Oh no, they do the good. They do the cool like
boom,
arm and then forearm.
We'll work on it.
Oh
they
my
got
God!
A handshake.
All right.
We did it.
Well, we did it. We
Yeah.
survived the apocalypse. Yay
This
for
time.
us.
This time.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you, friends.
Seems like I wasn't really looking at chat because I didn't want to be distracted, so I'm not sure what was really going on there. I'm going to go back and rewatch it just so I can see what everyone was saying. So
they weren't too horrible actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
no,
I'll take it.
Mark Vision's Truth actually said he watched it for the first time and he liked it.
And he said he liked
See,
it.
it's shocking.
So I've got Mark's Vision Truth and I've got Scott on my side. The rest of
you have enough of me. You have enough of me. I feel like I was in it
Sandra,
enough.
I want all of you. All of you. I don't want enough.
Well, you definitely
enough just keeps you fed. Enough keeps you from dying of starvation.
Of eating the dogs.
I want to be a gluttonous pig and
eat the
have it
Gila.
all. Gimme.
Eat the Gila monster. But you do
I think next week we're going all musical episode. We gotta sing the whole thing.
But you have me for Blood of Heroes. I love Blood of Heroes. Love it.
Okay, so next week I think we decided we're sticking with Australia, and we're actually doing another Australian film, lesser known little flick called Fortress.
Watch it.
Not the Fortress with what's his face in it? The Highlander, or not Highlander? What's the guy?
The French
anyway,
guy.
not that one.
Christopher
Lambert.
Not that Fortress. Thank you, Caleb. Very good. This is a Fortress.
Lambert.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll pay you the money later. So,
I get no fucking respect in the show. I'm leaving.
God, that's because you're not the quick. Only the quick gets the respect.
I think I could grapple better than you, but we're gonna have to have a grapple.
We'll test that theory.
We'll
test
wrestle.
We'll do
We'll
it.
get drunk and wrestle.
What could go wrong?
Okay. Anyway, Fortress. It's an HBO film. You can find it on we found it online for free.
YouTube.
On
YouTube. But I don't think it was a YouTube movie though, was it? I think it was like a different thing.
No, it was
anyway.
Some guy just threw it up there. So.
Watch it quickly.
Quick.
So what you should do is
exactly.
if you can't find it, email info@thecult.show or whatever our email address is and have Neil send you the link.
Sure.
You can find it.
You'll find it.
You can find it. So we the three of us, I guess, was it Sandra who brought this up? Someone brought up that they remembered this weird little movie, and then we all said,
I brought it
Caleb
up.
brought it up.
That. Caleb brought it up.
Okay. Went like, oh
We'll,
my God.
we'll save the whole story for next time.
Okay, I never mind. I won't say anything then.
No,
Forget it.
I don't want to ruin the fun of it.
Okay. Go check out Fortress 1989, I think it was, on HBO.
No,
Films.
85.
3?
I think it was
No.
It's early. It's early, bro.
We don't even know. We don't even know when this movie was made. So anyway, go check it out, and we're going to talk about it next week because we all thought it was actually really fun. So
Hurry, Caleb.
1985.
Oh,
85.
5. Not 3 like I said, but 5 like Caleb Neal was wrong.
I was right. Kind of like I was
Caleb
right
was
about
right.
the Postman.
Roll the credits. All right.
Bye.
Pismo, Jimmy, Hungry Boy, Lewis, Mark, Visions, Truth. Is Macy still here? I don't know. She may have checked out.
Macy, you have to go to bed.
Hey, Enoch, you're not here. Mindy and Laura and Michael, you all have a wonderful week.
And
Love
people
you.
who watch us later,
Yes,
we know
those
you're
afterwards.
there.
Our podcasters.
You matter, the pod people. Bye.
Love you guys. Thank you.